We have an important responsibility in transportation oversight, and that's to make certain that the laws and all of the caveats that we set forth for public agencies, particularly for security and safety, are complied with by agencies. And the purpose of this hearing is 15 years after 9/11, we want to look at credentialing, we want to look at vetting of employees, and we want to look at what poses the biggest risk as far as security to our nation's aviation system. Unfortunately, even 15 years, 2001, this is 2016, 15 years later, we still seek a system that has not complied with the laws that we have passed multiple times, with the requests we've had, and we see failures. One of the biggest failures is the most recent report that we had, and the DHS, Department of Homeland Security Inspector General, found that 73 individuals with links to terrorism passed TSA's vetting process. They were not properly vetted. These are people that work at our airports. These are people that have access to aviation equipment, to airplanes. Even TSA employees are not properly vetted. And unfortunately, we've also found through that report that tens of thousands of incomplete records are even lacking full names. They had 14,000 immigrants listed in the database that did not have alien registration numbers, and 75,000 of these records lacked passport numbers. Again, this is not acceptable. When we passed the Aviation Security Bill and in subsequent legislation, I tried to get we used to have a folded piece of paper for an airline pilot's license. Airline pilot has access to the controls flying the plane. I can tell you today, after numerous enactments of laws and edicts and meetings, we still have a pilot's license. And I borrowed this one from our ranking member. She's a pilot, Ms. Duckworth. We asked that the pilot's license have a photo of the pilot on it. The only photo on this license are the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur. Orville and Wilbur, I blew it up here, okay? It's a joke. We asked that this also have some biometric capability. Anything in your wallet has a better electronic strip and capability than this license. Now, you're saying it's too difficult to do with the pilots that we have? This is a Mickey Mouse. This happens to be a Minnie Mouse pass to Disney World. And I borrowed this. My wife was there the other day with her sister visiting. They take your thumbprint, and they know when you enter, who enters, who leaves. They know this is Minnie Mouse, and this is Mickey Mouse, the FAA pilot license. So this is what we have: people going into the airports, people who secure areas, either working for TSA or airports, not properly vetted, a responsibility of TSA. We have pilots who are flying planes. We don't know who they are. You cannot tell. Again, the frustration level has just peaked with me, because time and time again, we've gone in, we've passed edicts, laws for compliance. Now, this particular Mickey Mouse Disney World pass has a biometric for thumb, and that we're told by FBI it possibly could be compromised. But we have nothing. I've tried to get not only thumb, but also iris, and it took a dozen years to get a standard in place. We'll find out where they are, because between iris and thumb, which some European nations some of the defense agencies, some nuclear facilities, some other government facilities, both in the United States and outside, have the capability to do both. And then we're sure of who is entering and who is leaving. But I'm telling you, this is one of the most frustrating things that we've seen. We've seen examples of employees with accomplices. For example, in New York, we're able to smuggle more than 150 guns on half a dozen flights between Atlanta and New York City. Just a few weeks ago, FAA suspended a program allowing safety inspectors to bypass TSA checkpoints after one was caught with a firearm and a bag he was carrying. So again, we have examples of Transportation Inspector General opened more than 70 pilot license fraud cases since 2011, just the last few years, including a foreign national who hacked into the FAA's record system, stole the pilot's identity, and to illegally obtain a license and crashed an airplane. We had recently one of our oversight agencies found hundreds and thousands of IDs missing, not accounted for, SITA badges, TSA badges, airport identity badges, the badges that some of the officers wear, everything you can imagine stolen or missing or unaccounted for. None of this is acceptable. So we have other examples we can cite where it has been done, both the private sector of other government agencies, Canada to the north, and again, I cited Disney World as a good example. So with that, I will yield to our ranking member, Ms. Duckworth, welcome her, and I'll give her back her FAA Mickey Mouse pilot license with Orville and Wilbur, and you're much better looking than either of those dudes.